Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. So last time we were we arrived in Barnavon in Carriglin, and we started helping out the local guys. So if you remember, the Ox-clan has kind of enslaved the remnants of the Boar-clan and put them to work in the mines and stuff. And today we're helping out those miners because their cave has been overrun by boogans, which is like the little hobbit like goblin creatures. So they're going to be here en masse. So it's going to be wonderful to be a champion because they will probably attack in swarms in quite a lot of places. But the problem with this is that you're going to be in this cave. It's pretty much a linear passage until you arrive in a main room. But from that main room, I think there's like 5, maybe 6 different passages out of that main room. And you're going to have to go down each and every one of them because all the quests mandate that there is going to be something at the end that you need to do in each of those passages. So if you are pretty slow going, if you're struggling to kill things could respawn behind you, or other people could be in here killing stuff and then things just spawning in your face and all of a sudden you're fighting more mobs than you're comfortable with. So you know, if you're on your own, maybe under leveled or under geared or whatever, you may find some bits maybe a bit difficult. So just be cautious as you make your way through. So we need to find 5 miners that didn't make it out with all the other people that left the mine. We need to kill boogans, which will be easy enough. There'll be more than we'll kill more than we need for that quest. So 15 of them. We need to collect some tools. We need to mine some stuff that looks like dwarf iron, but it's not dwarf iron. It's something else. We need... What else we need? We need to kill the Boogan chieftain, who I believe is somewhere near the main room. The ox meat is outside. We don't need to do that. So yeah, we're just going to basically fight our way all the way to the main room. I think all these guys are melee guys, to be fair, so I could probably just gather them up. There we go. I don't fear your puny DPS. And I can literally murder you so hard that you actually cause a bit of lag as you die. And my pockets get full of loot. But there is going to be, I'm sure, a Boogan Slayer deed. Where are we looking? Eriador, Dunland. So, is there one? Goblin Slayer? I guess. Is it going to advance that? We'll see. So pick up that tool, pick up that iron ore. There we go. I'm pretty sure these count to Goblin Slayer. What are we on? We're on 32. If that goes higher than 32 when we kill these guys, we know it advances. There we go. Yeah, so it counts towards your goblins in Dunland's Slayer deed. So this is by far the best place to kill goblins, because all these Boogan guys will count, and they respawn reasonably quickly. They're here in like literally large numbers. So we've arrived in the main chamber. So there's the chieftain actually over to the right hand side here. So we'll go murder him. But he has an effect on him which increases the morale of nearby goblins. I don't know how much, but quite frankly the other goblins will still be dead by the time I kill the chieftain anyway. Roast Kig! Sounds like they're saying roast pig. So, pick up the tool, pick up the ore. But yeah, the room we're in at the minute, so we enter from the left hand side, but there's going to be like 5 spokes. There's like, you know, like a northwest, a northeast, an east, a southeast, and a southwest. But you'll see it as we fill in the maps. So we'll just murder these guys, pick up these bits and pieces that are in the main room. And I'm not sure if we'll get enough in the main room, but there will be some extra ones down in the corridors if not. So one more tool. Some over here. So we'll grab these 2 actually, and then we'll just go down the passageways. Just so we don't get ourselves confused as to where we have or have not been. Joining the battle, that was the one to kill the Boogans. So we've killed 15 of them and the chieftains, so we can remove that from the tracker. So, what are you saying? Umborf, Trengi, Trengi. They're like Italian Boogans. So mind that. As we can see, there's going to be loads of people down here, so we're probably just going to group these guys up because they're not going to pose too much of a challenge for me. So unless there's a reason to stop because there's a pickup item, like an ore or a tool, but I think we've had enough of both of them now. Actually, there's more than one chieftain that you could kill, so just in case you're having trouble finding one. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 died in one fell swoop. Right, so at the end of all these passages, you're going to find one of the 5 Dunlendings that you need. So in this case, this chap is still alive, and we're going to have to escort him out, or at the very least to the main room. So if we start speaking to him. Ah, I never thought to see the face of an elf in this mine, for there are many of the filthy Boogan. Will you help me to escape? I can offer no reward, but perhaps Kada will path to something. So, I am ready to go. Lead on, friend. So once you speak to him, he's going to activate. He's just going to bum rush everything on the way out. I mean, if he did run into some mobs, he would fight them. He's not just going to carry on running. He seems to be still crying though as he's running. But luckily, because we made our way down this passage very quickly, he's pretty much just going to run most of the way out without actually having to fight any mobs, which is good. But I think we might actually have to escort him most of the way back down to the entrance as well. We'll see what he does. But yeah, nothing has respawned yet, which is good. But obviously if you are struggling to kill things as fast, you may have a bit of difficulty. So the guys in the corridor still haven't respawned. This is great. This could be nice and simple. Keep running, my friend. But yeah, he's got 17k health, so he's not going to be like in extreme danger the moment something starts attacking him. But he's not really going to be strong enough to fight out on his own. He can maybe kill a couple of mobs to himself. And to be fair, he should be alright now, because those guys aren't going to respawn. Run, my friend. You there yet? That's the exit, isn't it, there? Or is there another room? Okay, a bit more. Better double check. Yeah, you are free, okay. So there we go. So we've escorted him to safety. So we have to hand this in to the guy outside the mine. So we can just dismiss this for now. So we've still got to collect 1 iron ore. We've still got to rescue 4 guys. The ox meat is outside. Patrol points is outside. All these other ones we've got to hand in are back at Barnavon itself. So we've done the northwest area. So let's take the northeast passage now. So this goes this way. And we'll just grab these guys with us. Probably turn around here, because otherwise I'm not sure how far we'll end up dragging these boys. And some of them might reset. I just want to make sure they stay dead. So if we have to escort someone down this corridor, then we won't have any trouble. Rostkig, Trengi, Trengi. I'm interested to know what they mean. If any of you happen to speak Boogans. You find Siam, alive and well. Ah, help has come at last. I have been trapped here for days. Will you help me to escape? I have little to offer, but perhaps Kada can part with some gold. So we're going to speak to him, and we're going to say, yeah, follow me, we'll escort you out. Now, we'll be able to escort him back to the main room, because obviously we've only just killed everything down this passageway. However, by now, all the people between the main room and the entrance have probably respawned. In the meantime, actually, there's an iron ore here, which I might just grab while he catches up. There we go. So we need to reforge broken tools. So the anvil, I think, is in this main room. But we can... Actually, no, is it the top here? Can't remember. But anyway, he's now going to run into everything. But the sad thing is, because everything is going to attack him by default. He's I mean, if I can run ahead of him and group up the mobs, that would probably help. But otherwise, if they attack him, they're just going to stay put. There we go. Gather all the things. I think this is the last mobs. There we go. Oh, this is beautiful. The sounds, the ching ching everything makes when it dies when you murder them in large groups like this. There we go. Your way is clear, sir. I will leave you to it. You should be able to find your way out from there. There's no more mobs. And my bags are literally getting full of crap. Oh no! There's been some quest dropping items that have been coming from outside. We've got cage keys, which presumably dropped inside Barnavon itself when we were in the upper town, so that's unfortunate. Let's activate that. These keys should unlock the cages where the Uklif's hostages are being held. So we're going to have to do that once we go back to town. But we'll take that off the tracker for now. I've got a Nakmar symbol. The symbol on this token does not appear to be of Dunlanding origin. Gwillem at Barnavon may be interested in studying it. So again, we have to take that back to town. Now, I believe that came off of the Warg. Well, it probably wasn't off the Warg Rider because we've got loads of them. Probably off most mobs. Probably dropping this inside the Laurelin region. Now, the problem is I'm going to have to destroy all of those manually. But let's carry on running anyway. So, this is going to take us into... if we carry on going forwards, we can take this the middle path, which will take us east. And everything's just going to be chasing us while I'm doing this. I've got a Walk Rider's Spear as well. Hello. They have nets. They have evolved to root me. Right. Just murder this lot. Oh, beautiful sounds, beautiful sounds. And you've rooted me again. Is it a particular one that's rooting me? Oh, sturdy steel kill. Don't mind if I do. There we go. Cool, that's a long route. Right, so head up the hill to the east. And we're going to have some guys chasing us. But this will lead us down into like a little pit. But we should just be able to jump off the pit to save us a little bit of time. Boing, boing. Where are we going? Oh, there's a second route. Okay. Oh no, he's dead, Jim. You have found Matho, slain by the vicious Bugund. So now, potentially, yeah, you could just run in here and then run away. But, I mean, bear in mind, the amount of mobs you might end up pulling, they could just murder you pretty easily. Because, I'm somewhat over-leveled. They're light blue to me, but they still took me down nearly half health there en masse. Especially with the little bleeds and stuff. So, get rid of some of this stuff that's in my bags. So we've got two more people to go, Yago and Willem. So we now need to go the southeast side. So we can just jump off here. Keep going around this way. Actually, I think the reforging is done outside the mine now, thinking about it. I think you can actually just use their stuff outside. So run around this one, I think. No, it's the southwest that's the really long one. Okay. So over here, and obviously we can see a gentleman is alive at the end of the passage. There we go. Completed Goblin Slayer. Now we're on Goblin Slayer Advance. We're going to get some good progress on that today. Remove that from the tracker. Ah, you have come to find me. I have been trapped here since the Buchan attacked and could not escape on my own because of my wounds. Will you help me escape? The Turkluf are a poor people, and I cannot offer much. But perhaps Kada will have something with which to reward you with. So speak to him. Tell him, yeah, let's go. So we'll run. But we're probably going to have some respawns on the way out. We'll see. Now, piece of rune-marked tree bark and a Warg Rider's Spear. Where are you? Up the top. This piece of tree bark is etched with ancient Dunlanding writing. It may be a clue as to the origins of the Warg Riders in Laurelin and should be brought to Gwillem. So that probably did drop from the Warg Rider. But since we have to go back to Barnavon to hand that in, we will remove that from the tracker. Clear some of this stuff as well on the way out. Sadly, these guys... I swear the Boo can like just detect escort NPC and they're like, must kill escort NPC. Murder. But they're not as interested in attacking us from such a distance as they do here. So up, up, up we go. And into the tunnel. That's actually a champion one, we'll keep that. So we'll just poke our nose around. Now remember, just because it's clear now, we could go running off, but while we run off things could respawn and potentially murder this NPC. So we'll just make sure he clears the corner where I'm stood now. And provided he gets some way round the corner, he should be safe. So yeah, he should be past where the last set of mobs spawns, so he should be okay. Right, so we've got one more passageway to do. There we go, talk to Caddo at the mine, remove that, remove that. So we've just got one more person left to find and to reforge the tools. So this time we want to go the southwestern passage over here. And again, we're going to make some friends as we run down this passageway, but we'll just group them up to save some time. And keep going. And going and going. Now we're going to stop at this next pool. Just because we're probably going to end up resetting these guys. One of them's already reset. But I'd rather murder them and advance my Slayer deed than let them all reset. So group up some more. Again, probably stop at the next pool. So over here. They're literally dancing on the corpse of this poor Dunland. Literally teabagging the poor guy. So we found him and he's dead, Jim. Alas, he has been teabagged. Now I swear they've changed the layout of one of these. Because I swear this used to be where you could go left and find the Dunlanding, or like there used to be like a wide open area over to the right as well. I swear I'm not making that up and confusing it with a different cave. But whatever, because I used to remember you could run around in here or something. You could do like a full loop around a rock in the middle of the room or something. But whatever. So we can head back outside now, and we'll soon find out if that broken tools is outside. But I think I'll murder a few guys out on the way out as well, because why not? Gets this ladied up a bit. And the problem is I'm getting so much stuff. It's not quite as bad as like the good old days of Angmar, where you kill a few mobs and all of a sudden your loot is full because you get so much stuff. Like if you go, I mean Mori is pretty bad as well, but if you go any of the Angmar instances, Karndum, Uragarth, Barad Gularan, or any of the Mori instances even, you're just going to get your bags full of so much stuff, and a lot of it is just a load of crap that you're not really interested in. Now granted, you could sell that and probably turn a nice little bit of cash, but most of the time you're just not interested. You just prefer not to have your bags full. And it's not as bad these days, because at least with the filter system you can filter out the irritating things that you don't want. So like things like mithril dust from the Mori instances, I mean you can sell it for a bit of money, but it looks like a task item but it's not a task item, and things like that if you're just not interested you can filter out the crap. So we can talk to a load of NPCs now. I'm impressed, Vodiad. It takes great courage to face those vile creatures. Soon we will be able to return to the mine and our families will remain safe. My thanks to you. And then Carter over here. We can tell him that we've found all you chaps. You have earned my trust and friendship, Pendulous. I was surely that you had been able to bring all of the miners out safely. Yago and Mafo both had families who will suffer for their loss. The Ox clan cares not for the well-being of my people. Aye, William has returned already, and his wounds are being tended to. Thank you, Pendulous, for your aid. So what have we got? We've got some gloves, which look relatively plain. I'll just equip a chest piece there so we can see what the trousers look like. So this one's kind of like a bit of a gladiator kind of skirt. So that might be of interest for certain people going for a certain kind of look. If you want to look like a gladiator or Spartan sort of look. That's a pocket item, so that won't have a cosmetic. Aye, Inia has returned already, and his wounds are being tended. You have our gratitude, Pendulous. So again, we have a leg, but the legs on this one are pretty plain and useless and horrible, and the other two options are rings. Aye, Siam just returned, and his wounds are now being tended. Thank you for your assistance, Pendulous. Copy and paste job there. So we have a helm, which may be of interest to you, like some wing effects on the sides there. Obviously it's changed our hairstyle as well underneath. Or we have some boots, which are again are fairly plain, or a cloak, which is kind of like a fish scale kind of thing going on there, which may be of your interest. So back colour, if we made that say red just to stand out, so that's the area that dies. The gold bits and the beigey coloured bits don't change at all.
The Turkluth have been destroyed.
Pendulous.
Pray to the Ukwirad that we will not be next.
You did a great service for the Turkluth, the Boar-clan, by finding their missing miners. Will you now go to the families of the miners and relay to them the news of their husbands' and fathers' fates? We will help the families of those who perished as best as we can, but perhaps Gwillem will be better able to help them. Return to Barnavon and speak with Uzbail, Vevin, Tafin, Ronman, and Nesta. So, three of them we can say, your boy's alright, he's injured, he'll be home soon. And two of them we have to say, sorry, but your hubby's dead. Sad times. So here we go, here's the forge. So we can fix their tools, give them back their tools and say, right, you can go mine yourself now. We've mined some stuff for you.
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
Ah, you have done well, Devodiad, and have earned my respect. I shall call you Pendulous from here on, as opposed to Devodiad, which I used to be really racist to people that come and help me. With these tools, we will be able to continue our work, and the Brenin will not turn his anger upon our families. Speak to Melvin.
I have not seen your kind before.
Oh, he was on the verge of calling me Devodiad when he promised he wasn't going to do that. You have completed many tasks on behalf of the Turkluth, the people of the Boar. There are not many of us alive today, but those of us who are will continue to grow and thrive. I know that you fear that the iron we mine will continue to be made into weapons of war for Saruman. And that is true. But Gwillem has friends among us who will see that such weapons do not prove their worth. So what have we got? We got a chest armour, which is like a full body tunic, bit of scale mail and a bit of cloth over the top, and the cloth part is the only part that will die here. So there you go. But perhaps you can find some use for that. It's not too bad, even if the scaling is a bit plain, shall we say. Or we have a fur-lined hood, which is basically a little kind of like cap, really, but whatever. It's giving me a massive Hugo Weaving forehead. Look at this. Look at the size of that. What happened to my fringe? Massive Elrond forehead.
Even the Ucluth have need of help on occasion.
Pendulous, your efforts have gone a long way towards securing the mine, but so many of the workers have been left wounded or dead that we will not be able to continue our work. If we do not work, it will go poorly for our families. Our Ox-clan overseers have no pity upon the people of the Boar. They only care that we collect iron for Saruman of many colours. Will you go to Gwillem at Barnavon and ask for more workers? He is one of the few Ucluth who has compassion upon my people. So again, talk to Gwillem in Barnavon. And then we're ready to continue on. So we've got a ton of hand-ins in Barnavon. So we need to carry on searching patrol points. Gwillem in Barnavon. Rescue people inside Barnavon. Speak to people in Barnavon. Collect ox meat. Actually, remove those two because they're back in town. All the rest are hand-ins in the town. But I think we'll stop this episode here then. And next episode we will continue with our epic patrolling. but the next pit stops won't be as bad as this one. And then we can go back to Barnavon and share the bad news that some boys aren't coming home. But until then, see you guys later.